Indeed, this is a black law which the Parliament has passed. ಅಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕ ಮತ್ತು ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಬಳಿಸುವ ಮತ್ತು ಆಶೆಯ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರಾಶೆಯನ್ನು ಹತಾಶೆಯನ್ನು ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುವ ಒಂದು ಕಾನೂನಿದೆ ಇದು. Unfortunately, there is so much media misinformation that has been spread. There is a need to counter that and understand that this indeed is a people's movement. The fact that this is anti-constitutional, this is anti-democratic, see the paradox in it. What the Muslim community, this is a matter which relates to Muslims. And Muslims are up in one voice, overwhelmingly opposing this law. And here we have a law which is passed by the Parliament on a subject without consulting Muslims. There was no demand from Muslims to do something about Waqf 1995. There was no demand to repeal any part of it. It is entirely by deceit and entirely by their design that this amendment has been brought about, and JPC was a sham, and in spite of overwhelming opposition from Muslims, here we have a law which is so anti-democratic. The fact that this is discriminatory in so many ways, discrimination between Muslims and other religions, discrimination in the fact that the trust should have representation from other communities, whilst this is not the case with other endowments. And we are witness to the fact that people are fighting tooth and nail, the same people who have brought about this law regarding Muzrai. They want to take it away from government interference and give it entirely to Hindus. And here they are trying to usurp what legally belongs to the Muslims in the name of Ummid and in the name of the amendment that they are bringing about. Friends, this is not just an issue of certain articles of the Constitution. This is striking at the very base of the ideals which are mentioned in the preamble of the Constitution. Where is justice? Where is equality? Where is freedom? Where is fraternity? What about federalism? What about communal harmony? The discord that they are trying to sow and the divisions that they are trying to create in the society. This is something which we all realize, especially the August gathering here. There is a need to voice our opposition to this draconian laws. It is a duty of not just Muslims, as has been amply brought about here. It could be Muslims today, but it could be the other communities later on. And very rightly said by the professor, we are not minorities, we are nationalities. And India is a multicultural and multi-religious and federal society. And cultural independence is so vital to the unity and integrity of the country. So it is important that we realize that this is something which strikes at the very root of our society, strikes at the preamble of the Constitution itself, and this is something which will the fact is there is a conflict between two ideas of India here. One is the fascist, the majoritarian, the unitary, the anti-federal, the divisive. One idea which wants to reduce all other communities to second-class citizens, against which we have to rise and demonstrate the common feeling, the common groundswell in the whole country, that we want a system which is it is question of Ambedkar versus Savarkar, either Gandhi or Godse. This is at stake that we are seeing here. So a secular, a constitutional, ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗಗಳ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ, ಕುವೆಂಪು ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಜೊತೆ ಗೂಡಿ ಬಾಳುವುದು, ಸಹಬಾಳ್ವೆಯ, ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು honor everybody, respect everybody, celebrate diversity, provide freedom and opportunity to all people to express themselves and to live a life that they want to lead. This is what is at stake, and it is our duty to bring together people on this ground. Parliament may have passed this law, but this is a democracy, and people's court is the final court of appeal. If the government doesn't heed to this overwhelming demand, they may better wait for the next election when they can see what the idea and what the thinking of the people is. यहाँ बात आई that they are trying to de-Islamize the Muslim community, de-Islamize Waqf. They are raising questions about all issues concerning Islam. For us Muslims, udkhulu fi silmi kaffa. We have to enter the fold of Islam completely. There is no pick and choose for what Quran says for us. أَفَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِبَعْضِ الْكِتَابِ وَتَكْفُرُونَ بِبَعْضٍ. Quran says, do you believe in some part of it and refuse the other part? And regarding the administration of the Waqf properties, Quran is very explicit. إِنَّمَا يَأْمُرُ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَأَقَامَ الصَّلَاةَ وَآتَى الزَّكَاةَ وَلَمْ يَخْشَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ. Who are the persons who have to monitor, who have to administer Waqf? It is very clearly mentioned that it is something which relates to the Muslims themselves. Finally, आज जो सूरत हाल है, the fact is 70% of the Waqf properties have been exploited by government or by the land mafia, Muslims and others alike. That is the real situation. Whereas they are trying to portray a narrative that Muslims are trying to take away the land of common people, and any land which they lay their hands on becomes Waqf. That is not the case. हम आह भी करते हैं तो हो जाते हैं बदनाम, वो ख़त्ल भी करते हैं तो चर्चा नहीं होता. और एन मारता इधर है और what are their intentions is something which we all know. इस वक्त अदरिंग की, डेमोनाइजिंग की, हेटरेट को फैलाने की, अपने पॉलिटिकल डिविडेंड्स के लिए सोसाइटी को बांटने की और आपस में लड़ाने की ये बहुत कोशिशें हो रही हैं. हमको हिम्मत नहीं हारना है. वला तस्तविल हसनतु वला सय्या. कुरान गिव्स ए गोल्डन प्रिंसिपल. नेकी और बदी कभी एकसा नहीं हो सकते. ट्रूथ एंड फॉल्सहुड कैन नेवर बी इक्वल. You have to encounter, you have to remove falsehood by asserting what is truth. हवस ने कर दिया है टुकड़े टुकड़े नोए इंसान को, मोहब्बत का बयां हो जा, अखुवत की ज़ुबान हो जा. This is what our aim should be, and this is what these are the principles that we have to uphold. Let us fight for the cause of justice. They want to remove us from the real problems of what the common people are facing here. इसको एक मूवमेंट के तौर पर चलाने की, संविधान को बचाने की, इंसानियत को बचाने की, इंडिया एज वी नो इट एज इज़ रिप्रेजेंटेड हियर, इसको बचाने फ़रोग़ देने की ज़रूरत है. आइए इस मौके पर हम सब इसके लिए ठाने और इरादा करें, और हम कोशिश करेंगे तो बात हक़ है, सच्चाई है, वो आज नहीं कल सबके सामने भी आएगी और लोग उसको महसूस भी करेंगे.